Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to a new video on the channel. If you're new around here, don't forget subscribe down below, click the like button, drop a comment. If you are into Pokemon, we will be able to show you guys some awesome content, helping you trade with cards, helping you build your collection, and watching as we build ours up over time, hopefully to have an awesome collection in the long term. But this video is all about the old divider itself, whatnot. Some people love it, some people hate it. I sort of sit in the middle, and I know it sounds boring, but there are parts of whatnot that I despise, and that's things like the mystery packs and the dips and stuff like that. I really don't like that. It's a sort of extra form of gambling. Usually the odds are stacked against you. There's so many people and whatnot that are a bit scummy. So I'm not a massive fan of that side of whatnot. The side that I am a fan of is the buying single cards, basically, to help build a collection. Now, I'm recording this intro after the fact, after I've recorded and bought loads of cards on whatnot already. The question being, can you make money on whatnot buying cards to resell on in the future or somewhere else? So we're going to see me do that in this video and pick some cards up. The only issue I have, and I've got to find a way around this, is as I'm doing it, I tend to go into streams that have rapid fire singles. So what happens is they put a card down for 10 seconds, you bid on it, the card gets taken off and a new one gets put on. Obviously, I need to record to show you guys what we've got, but by the time I'm recording it, the card's taken off and something else has been put down. So it's difficult to show you in detail what I've picked up, because on whatnot, they use copyright sounds, so I can't show a direct correlation of me picking a card up. What I think I'm going to do from now on is I'll record me doing it, the full thing, so I'll do this video a few times, is record the full thing, get Jamie to cut out the copyright sounds and mute it at certain points, just so we don't get copyright striked on YouTube. But whatnot is an awesome platform if you know how to use it. It does rely to survive on a bit of the FOMO, people overpaying, all that sort of stuff. I know my Pokemon card prices quite well, and I tend to buy the stuff that I collect or I know. So I'm able to get around that and not have to worry about it. I'm not the biggest fan of whatnot's sort of customer service or their community aspect of it. It can be quite toxic. Some of the sellers can be very toxic if things don't go their way. But there are some awesome people on there, really great sellers, really great community members. So it's a really good site. If you're not on whatnot, go and check it out. It's very good for picking stuff up if you're not stupid about it, basically. But we'll show you some of the bits and bobs of me picking the cards up. There isn't that much to show there because obviously it's literally so rapid that you can't really spot what I'm doing. I do buy a card though live, so you can really see me buying cards. And then what we'll do is we'll get the cards together at the end. I'll tell you what I paid for each card, and then basically lay out what each card is worth, and see how much we make, if anything at all. So let's get into it. I'll be right back. Alright, so I just bought my first card. He's taken off the screen. Shout out, is it Animal Rob? I just bought a Blues Tactics off of him for 19 quid, which is not bad at all. Blues Tactics is like a £25 card, give or take, so fairly happy with that as a starting point. Again, they're not going to be massive amounts of profit in every card that you get. Just buy loads of cards, basically, and eventually build up a decent amount back, so I'm fairly happy with that. It's a Pidgeot EX here, which probably isn't worth that much, realistically. But that's our first buy so far. I just thought it was worth going for it, because it didn't go for much at all. So I haven't bought anything yet, but everything in this auction is going quite cheap. And Miriam, Alt Art, well, not Alt Art, Special Illustration technically is what it is, has just gone for 17 quid, which was mad. It's like a £25-30 card. So I decided not to buy that one. I just wanted to hold off and see what's there, because obviously if there's some good deals on cards that I actually really want for my collection, I've really got that card, then I will obviously dip in and buy them. So, but so far, really good bits and bobs. This routes, he put this up earlier on. I actually want to get a few of these routes to grade them, but I don't buy cards of whatnot to grade, because seeing the conditions are a lot more difficult than it is on when you do it on to someone like on Facebook or something like that. So yeah, having said that, still good, really good. So far I think I'm up about 30-40% by the time I come to sell those cards, so we'll keep going and I will be back with you soon. Alright, so I noticed an issue as I'm recording this. Like I say, it's going really fast. It's going really fast, because a lot of these are rapid fire singles is what they call them. But I did just get Umbreon's Obsidian Flames promo card. I should be able to get Jamie to get up on screen, although I will show it to you when it arrives. But I did just get that for 16 quid. It sells for about £25 normally, so that's a really nice pickup. So a second really good pickup. But there's someone that's currently doing 151 that I want to look at, just because some of the Japanese stuff sneaks through quite cheaply. So I'm going to go and have a little look at their stream as well. Shout out Need 4 Collectors, by the way. They are most card shows. They've got a really cool Facebook page as well. But yeah, so that's a dub. That's really, really good. So far, we've bought a couple of really good things. But we'll keep going and see what else we can pick up. And another one I just bought, it was the other one to this, which was the Fluttermane Pokemon Center promo. I just want to check this Iron Thorns because I think this is actually quite a good deal as well. Yeah, we'll put on that. It's down on that one as well. So both of those are actually really good pickups because number one, I need them anyway. But they're about, give or take, £20 cards in the UK. So £18 made on those two cards, which is very, very nice. So that's good. I'll stay with Elite Four Collectibles. I will head over to the guy that's doing the Japanese stuff in a minute because he's got the Mothimals. And I usually do quite well with those. So yeah, we'll head over there in a minute. So I just won another card, well, a couple of cards actually, from 151. There were a couple of the illustration rares, but I also picked up for £3 an Art Akuno Master Ball earlier on, which was nuts. I'm very, very happy with that. He's got some more Master Balls coming, he says, so we'll see if we can pick up a few more. But he's got some decent bits there. We've got a couple of 151 hits, which is quite nice because I'm doing the Japanese 151, so that will stay with me. So very good so far, but let's see if we can get a couple more cards and then I'll show you what we get all together and show you what it actually sells for once we've got it all together. Alright, so I just got a Pheasantipity from the new Shrouded Fable set, and if it's a Pheasantipity that I think it is, I just paid £6 for it. I think it's the one that's like £40. No, it's not. It's the full art, the illustration art. I paid £6 for it. It's going for like £11-12, so I've nearly doubled up on that one, which is good. So yeah, I'm happy with that enough because that's pretty decent. Yeah, I can't complain at all. But what I think I'm going to do the next time I do this video is I think I'm just going to press record and then just record you guys, just record me buying the cards and then get Jamie to break it down as much as possible. Because I've got 3 more Master Balls. One I paid £6 for, one I paid £4 for, one I paid £7 for. I think it's Magneton, Pidgeot, and another one basically. I've got it all like set out and written down, but I'm just trying to think of it in the best way of me to show you buying them, and I think that's the best way I'm going to do it. The biggest issue I have is on Whatnot, they play copyright sounds, so normal tunes and stuff like that, which are not allowed on YouTube. So I can't have the sound on, that's why it's always quiet when you see me buying the cards. But I've picked up some fantastic buys so far. I'm going to see if there's anything else like around. I'm not going to spend my whole day on it, but I just want to show you guys that if you are smart, you can buy cards cheap or make a profit on Whatnot. But we'll see if there's anything else. If not, I'll show you once they've all arrived and we go through all that stuff, alright? So I'll see you soon. This is another side note. Look, quick change. I'm doing this video because I'm really busy over the course of a couple of days. A little side note. I'm watching this guy stream. I do watch him a bit haters, but he's just auctioned off a vintage Raichu, except it wasn't the vintage Raichu. It was one of the ones from the newer sets. Someone's paid £15 for it, and it stung them. And he hasn't even registered that it wasn't the vintage Raichu. You have to be careful and whatnot, because sometimes people get things mixed up. They don't know what they're saying. I think this is someone other than haters. I think it's someone else on the stream. But they just paid £15 for it, and it's the wrong card. So you have to bear that in mind. I'm going to try and buy one more card, and then after that, we'll get them all together and show you what we bought. So let's see if we can get one more card. I'll be right back. I just recorded this, but didn't realise that there was copyright sounds in the back. But yeah, someone's just picked up a Pikachu VMAX Rainbow for £67. Now, I didn't go for it just because I don't want to tie up £67 in a card that I don't really like or don't care about. But that's probably just over £30 under market value. So he's got a very, very good deal there. So if you do look around and whatnot, you can get some unbelievable deals once you delve through all the scamming and the gambling and stuff like that, which isn't that fun. Well, I'm able to put them on there because they are not paying copyright sounds. So sorry if it's really loud in the background, I can't actually hear it. Final 2 pickups, purely because one of them they said they'd be stunned if it doesn't get PSA 10, and they'll pretty much guarantee it. I'm not going to hold them to that, but it's a Cacturn, an old Cacturn card, really, really old Cacturn card. And we got a Dodrio Master Ball. So the Cacturn card, I think we paid £3 for, which is unbelievable there was it is. And then the Dodrio with his £6 for a Master Ball. So again, we should get double that. So I'm going to show you guys these cards when they arrive, basically. It might take a few days for them to arrive, so I have to record them when they do arrive. But it's been really, really good so far. We've done really, really well. Let's get into it, basically. Let's just show you guys what we bought. Alright, so as if by the power of magic, the cards have finally arrived. One envelope they're just floating around in, which is not ideal. I'm hoping they survived the journey. I'm going to be best impressed if they're damaged. But yeah, we've got the parcels, basically, the packages. We're going to open them up and basically take a look at the cards, see if they're in decent condition. I've looked up already. Obviously, I know what we've paid for them. And seeing what they're going to sell for if they're in good condition. So we'll run through that as we look through the cards. So I will be right back with them. Right, so we've opened them up, and luckily they all seem to be okay. One of the envelopes was literally just an envelope. It's a bubble mailer, to be fair, but they were just floating about in there, which isn't ideal. You want them sort of secured. Seem to be okay though. What we'll do is we'll go through the cards and what you pay for them, what they roughly sell for on eBay. I don't include bids in this because I use bids to get cards cheaper. I'm looking at buying now what people standardly pay for these cards. Obviously, if they were to get graded and get PSA 10s, then they'd do better than that. But I'm not planning on grading these as it sits unless I see some that are really good. There is one card in there that I didn't know I bought, which is another Master Ball. I must have bought that at the same time. So yeah, I would have bought that, but I don't know how much to pay for that one because on Whatnot, they just show you basically card on screen as the listing, so you don't actually know what you paid for that card unless you wrote it down at the time, and I don't remember buying it. So but we will start now. Starmie, the first one, we paid £6 for Starmie, and it sells for about 10 on eBay, in really good condition, like pretty much pack fresh. Top maybe a little bit heavier than the bottom, but still good. A £4 profit on that card is decent. That's actually a really nice example. Now, Master Balls and PSA 10s are all quite decently priced because people try and collect the whole collection. But I probably won't grade these as part of moving forward. Magnemite next, really cheap. This one, we paid £4 for it. Really, really inexpensive card. Looks really, really clean again. Really clean. Don't look like there's any damage on it. No whitening or anything. Just that corner down there. I don't know if you can see it properly, but hopefully it focuses in. But you can just see a bit of whitening at the bottom there. So that definitely wouldn't be getting graded, but perfectly fine. £8 it sells for roughly. This is the best one out of all of them that we picked up. This Articuno, let me just get it out. It is really nice from what I can see. I paid £3 for this Master Ball, and I just checked. Couldn't see many buy it nows because I don't think it's that comes up for so that often. But the last one was a bid and it sold for £17.52. Sold yesterday as I'm recording this video. So really good condition as well. Really nice condition. So really, really happy with that as a pickup. Let me just get that back. Right, Dodrio. I kept saying Doduo and I don't know why I keep saying Dodrio. It's Doduo. Again, really clean. These are all pretty much pack fresh. The Japanese cards tend to have a better quality control than other cards, like English cards. So you can tend to grade them quite well and they tend to come in good condition. Again, really good card. We paid £6 for this one. I think it sells for about £9. It's not a massive profit on that one, but still decent all the same. And then this card here, I have no idea what I paid for this card. I know it would have been a good deal, but I don't know exactly what I paid for this card because I don't remember buying it on the listings. So I'm not going to lie and sit here and pretend like I've got an unbelievable deal on it because I don't remember what I paid. I'll have to look up the price. Jamie will bring up the price it sells for on eBay now, so you guys can see what it sells for. It wouldn't have been more than £7 because that's the most I spent, which was on the Pidgeots coming up. But all the same, it's still profit, I'm guessing anyway. But I don't remember buying that card. Right, so time to look at everything else. The first one that's a bit of a dud, to be honest with you, is this pickup here. I got this Omanyte and Charger Bug at the same time, and I paid £4 for them. Together they're about £5. So I'm not even really bothered about including these, I'm not going to lie. But yeah, £1 is what it is. This Cacturn. This is a very old Cacturn. It is 2003. So basically 20 years old. And it is in unbelievable condition for how old it is. Have a look at it. Really, really good condition. I can't really see anything wrong with it at all. Yeah, literally nothing. They basically said, grade it, it will get a 10. I am going to grade this one. I like Cacturne as a Pokemon, but the reason why I grade this one is it's a sort of random card. There aren't that many of them in PSA 10. I pay £3. They sell for about £8 to £10 on eBay standard. PSA 10s are hard to price because I can't see many of them sold, but the ones I have seen are about £60. So if I was to not grade it, I'd get £3 into basically about £10. If I was to grade it, we're looking at about £20 into £60. So that's pretty decent, but it's a really, really nice card. And I love all the older Pokemon stuff. Everyone knows that. Now, these 3 cards, they've made it very easy for me. These, I think they were Elite Four collectibles. We got the Pokemon Center Iron Thorns from Temporal Forces. They've sealed them, so I need to get them out. But it doesn't really matter getting them out, to be fair, because they're all sealed. These are the sealed promos from the Temporal Forces ETBs. And as you can see on there, he's put what he was selling them for at the card trick he did for £20. For the Iron Thorns, you guys saw me pick him up for £11, which is great. So £11 into £20 is glorious. The Flutter Mane, we paid 10, I think it was, into 20, which is great. Again, we'll take that. There's no point in me opening these up just because they are sealed promos. So we'll take that, a really good profit back. And then the Umbreon I paid 16 for. Again, he's already priced up here, and it's the same price that I got up anywhere on eBay, which is about £25, give or take. So, again, really, really cool because they're all still sealed. Should be relatively easy to sell, although they might go into master sets. Final couple of cards that I'm going to show you guys. Pheasantipity is next up. We paid £6 for this. Immediately I could see that I wouldn't grade this because it's very right heavy. But again, really, really clean. Sells for about £12 as a standalone card. Like I say, one side's a bit heavier than the other. You can see that right to left. Well, technically it's left to right and right to left on the back. But all in all, still a really good profit when we come to sell it. And then the final card is Blues Tactics. Now, I'm hoping this is nice because I would like to grade this one if we can. But again, it might not be condition-wise. But this is such a cool card. It's one of my favourite cards ever. But beautiful, beautiful fill art. Definitely not gradable, I can tell you that, because it is very rock heavy and quite right heavy. But it is in really good nick. Paid 19 for this and should get about 25 for it. They do sell for a bit more than that, but 25 being conservative on it. So Blues Tactics there, which is very, very nice indeed. All in all, we spent £91. The total value, not including the Dragonite, or Dragonair, sorry, because I have no idea what I paid for it, so I'm not going to include it, is £168.52. So the answer to the question, can you make money on Whatnot, is yes. Now, I don't actually think it's that great a place to sell stuff. Most of the people that sell on Whatnot are small time creators that basically you pick up good deals off like this. The big guys, yes, they will make money on it. Of course they will. But they make their money by FOMO, essentially. People just rushing in to buy cards. And if you do that, I don't think before you buy, you can end up getting stung. For me personally, I just sat there and bought cards that I knew were good value, used eBay, used other bits and bobs and knowledge that I have to get some value. Is it worth your time? It depends on what else you spend your time doing. This probably took me a few hours across a few days when I was just sitting on the computer doing whatever. So if you've got the time to do it, you can make yourself a few extra quid. But is it really, really worth it for the sake of making some money? I doubt it. I will say, if you're just getting into Pokemon and you're looking to build up inventory and build up a collection and stuff like that, Whatnot is a great place to go, as long as you can ensure you don't get sucked in to basically being screwed over by prices. If you dive in and just keep bidding and bidding and bidding, it becomes like eBay and you spend more than you could have just bought the card for. But like you can see from this video, you can get some really, really good deals. So yeah, the answer is yes, you can make money on Whatnot, but not by selling on there, by buying from there. So that's the end of the video. I will be back again with a new video very, very soon. If you did enjoy this one, please do drop a sub, a like, a comment. It all makes a massive, massive difference. But I'm out. Peace out. I'll speak to you soon.